Today is day 31 of 100 random acts of kindness. Today was a hospital day, and although we were only there 2 hours, I cried like a baby. I have a nurse who, I don't know if my phobia scares her or what it is, but I needed 2 blood tests, and usually they put an IV in. And so then it's only 1 poke, and then the second draw they can pull right kind of from the IV. And she couldn't get the first one, so 4 needles today turned into 5 needles today because the second blood test ended up being a second needle, which I know to the random person or the average person isn't much, but for me it's a bit of a nightmare. So I went in thinking I was getting 4 needles, and with every one I could count down, and we started off with the first one turning into another one. And I think I've been at the hospital so much. I didn't sleep last night. I went to the wake of a friend on Monday night. It was just a really emotional day. So when they were doing the 2 injections in my hips, I just sobbed. I was just shaking. I was crying so much. Just tired of being sick. And, yeah, just very much over it. I really want to stop crying because it's been kind of a crappy day. I mean, again, so grateful for so many things, and I said that to Keith before I was about to get the injections in my hips and said, I'm so grateful that I have access to this treatment and health care. And that helped. I know that helped. Just sometimes I wish I didn't have to do this. All the time I wish I didn't have to do this, but some days are just harder than others. In saying that, sometimes I will email companies and tell them that I use their product and how grateful I am for their product. And I don't do it for any other reason than sharing my gratitude. And I also don't do it with companies that I don't actually use their stuff. But I think it's important, and having worked in retail for so long, kind of the front lines in the beginning and then in the office and then the job that I'm on leave from as an accountant, I can appreciate when somebody calls and says, hey, thanks for doing what you do, because it's so easy to get caught up in the monotony and the frustrations and being told that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That I always appreciated when somebody would tell my manager that I was doing a good job, or would tell me directly, or whatever it was. So I've kind of taken that on, and I don't think if I didn't have the experience that I have in retail, I maybe wouldn't. But with feeling the gratitude that I feel every day, and these companies that are so amazing, I thought, no, I want to. I don't do it all the time, but when there's a product that I really like, I do it. So my lips from the last trial have been so dry, and this trial I would say is even worse for dry skin. So my lips would really chap and really crack. I've tried everything. And the only thing consistently that works for me is Carmex. This isn't a plug for them. They don't even know I'm doing this video. They're just, it's like that medicated like ointment almost that you put on, and it's like instant soothing. But it also, I don't know, I won't name them, but I've used other stuff that just doesn't do anything. Like it protects them, I guess, from like other stuff, but it doesn't like heal them. Whereas Carmex, I really like. So I contacted Carmex and essentially said I've been in a clinical trial. I have stage 4 cancer. These are like new level, or this is a new level of dryness for me. Like this is something from the inside out, just drying me out on top of living in Canada in the winter and all this stuff. And so they got back to me and said, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. Well, they didn't have that, sounded sheer Canadian there. Oh my gosh. That's not what I meant to sound like. But they wrote back and said, wow, thanks so much for taking the time to email us and to tell us that you appreciate it. Can we send you something? And I thought, oh, that's so nice. They're going to send me. I had no idea. I thought, I don't know, maybe a tube of Carmex or something. Well, they sent me probably 12 different tubes, different flavors, different textures, the balm, the ointment, sunglasses that like I could see out of, but when you're looking in, they say Carmex on them. A little like, kind of like a little waterproof baggie to put the stuff in, socks that have hearts on them that say Carmex, and then this beautiful card that said that they were grateful for me, which I didn't do anything. And then saying, if you ever run out, you contact us, we'll send you more. Like, I just think of so many companies that you hear these nightmare stories from. And then I think of a company like Carmex, who I just, like, they already had my business. I have bought endless tubes from them. But now, even if I see one on sale, I'll grab one. Even though I have, like, they've sent me a whole bunch. And I don't shut up about them. Like, anytime somebody says, oh, my lips are so dry, I always suggest Carmex because it really has just helped me. It's just one of those things that has really helped me. I think I have some, actually, this is not planned, and maybe I don't, but I did have some. Oh, I think I put it in my hospital bag. I always have it with me. There's one in my purse, there's one in my hospital bag, there's one in my nightstand. Again, they have no idea that I'm doing this. I don't want to make it sound like I'm anything. They're just, I just love them. And the fact that they sent me that, and you know, sometimes you'll send an email and you're like, do they even read the emails, like companies or whatever? Whereas obviously these guys do. And then they acted on it, which I just thought was so cool. So to Carmex, thank you. That was wicked. And what a random act of kindness that they could have not emailed me back. They could have emailed me back and said, thanks a lot for letting us know. But they didn't. They took action, and it's one of those things that nobody would ever know if I didn't say anything. So if you guys like, or even better, the random act of kindness part of it, if you know somebody who's struggling with something, whether it be cancer, being a mom, anything, and there's something that they like, there's a product that they like or that they use or that they rely on, contact the company on their behalf. You never know. And maybe they will just say, thanks for letting us know, but maybe they'll say, what's her email address? We'd like to send her something. You don't know. There are such good companies out there, and Carmex happens to be one of them. Talk to you tomorrow.